welcome to Starcraft. I'm Dreadbane, joined by Sapphire and JT. Our featured match is between KJH, the pink Terran, versus Filthy, the light blue Protoss, on Lost Temple. So Seth, looking forward to this one.
Yeah, we've got the second game in the best of three from the quarterfinals of the Trans-Tasman here. And once again, Filthy playing random, and we're seeing Protoss. So just a little observer leaving the game there, which we often see. And I am super excited about, well, any Filthy game just because he plays random, and that's just off the charts awesome. But no, whenever I see Filthy play Protoss, he is the craziest off the reservation player in this entire tournament. So I'm hoping that he's going to be our man who comes through with the mothership. I'm really hoping that we've been praying to see a mothership, and we haven't seen one yet in this tournament. So I'm hoping that Filthy's our man. Meanwhile, KJH, having been marine rushed in game one, has to come up with some kind of answer here. This is best of three, and neither player has lost a round in this double elimination tournament. So the loser of this best of three will go down into the lower brackets and have a second chance, while the winner of this best of three will go through to the semi-finals. And we are seeing, looks like a standard 13 racks here for KJH. Meanwhile, Filthy hasn't got a gateway out there. Looks like a 14 gate we're seeing from Filthy, and he's electing to keep his gateway close to his base. He isn't trying to put a gateway up at his ramp or any of that kind of business, simply because from a Protoss point of view, you want to keep your bases nice together and tight, especially if Reapers are going to come out and you have to run all over the place, in which you can just play into the hands of these Reapers. So I like this placement by Filthy, and we're just going to see what KJH can come up with to answer Filthy's really strong Marine Rush, followed by Banshees that we saw last game.
Yeah, I really want to see some proxy pylons, just, spouting out some Dark Templars, just to see the most obscure thing ever. Maybe some High Templar dropping, because that would be not the best, but I love to see it, just because it'd be so crazy. But, yeah, looking forward to seeing what Filthy can come up with in this match. He does have his Cybernetics core going down right now, so, yeah, just time to see what kind of crazy business we're in for. Now, JT, what do you see from the Terran players so far?
We had a reasonably late orbital command going up. I think it was on 16 pop, but he's just got his first mill out now. Aside from that, fairly standard, just pumping a couple of Marines from his barracks. From the Protoss player, we have a fast Psycore and no early pressure with the Zealots. So that, combined with the fact that they spawned in cross positions, means I think we're going to be gearing up for a more macro-oriented game here.
Yeah, with this build from Filthy, looks like he's going for a tech straight off the bat here. He isn't throwing down more gateways, so I don't think this is a stalker-orientated Psycho, and we're not seeing Warp Gate research come online. So I think we may be seeing some kind of... Yeah, we are seeing a robotics facility, so possibly looking to get fast Immortals or Colossi out. I know that there's going to be a very fast Observer, most likely Chrono Boosted out. There is enough Chrono Boost mana there being saved, so if Filthy doesn't spend that, I imagine he's going to be looking to Chrono Boost this Observer. No, he is spending that, so maybe this Observer won't be Chrono Boosted at out here. Meanwhile, we're seeing KJH throwing up a fast expansion here. It's not super fast like it was in a 14cc or anything like that, but he is throwing up a fast expansion and getting 2 more barracks online. So even though he was delayed for that orbital there, he wasn't going very super fast into the orbital, which I prefer to see that orbital a little bit earlier. But now we are seeing 2 racks go up and this expansion, so he's going heavy into the ground commitment here. I imagine that once he's established, but no, we're seeing a 4th racks go down, so we're going to see huge Marine Marauder balls coming out for KJH. Presumably we're going to see some tech labs going down, possibly even a reactor or 2. I'm interested to find out how far into this build he's going to put down a factory and possibly even a starport. With this many ground units coming out, he's definitely going to need to get some medevacs online so that he can do some stim abuse, but we're not seeing any tech labs coming down right now. KJH may just be suspecting some kind of traumatic rush. He's suffering a bit of shell shock from the last game where he was just rushed into the ground and that put him so far behind. So maybe he's just getting so many Marines online without any expansions on his barracks right now so that he can counter this build as much as possible. And we are finally seeing that gas come into play here. So far he's just gone for a no gas build here with mass barracks and mass Marines, which has secured his expansion, but it's delayed his tech, and we are seeing him face up against massively fast Immortals and a War Prism coming online, so we may see an Immortal drop in the early stages of this game. So, and Filthy's also got a few sentries and a Zealot at the Zelnaga Watchtower, so he can react pretty nicely if a push comes out, and possibly think about falling back and using the sentries to force field up the ramp to prevent units going in. So I like this play from Filthy. Once again, something I wasn't expecting. We are potentially seeing we are seeing an Immortal drop. So this is right out of left field, and I should never be surprised with Filthy, because he always comes up with something a little bit more unusual, a little bit less well used, and we're going to see how successful this early Immortal drop is going to be.
Yeah, he's doing a very, ambitious play here. I love it, though, because you don't see it really ever. And, let's see. I'm curious to see how these Immortals do fare, because the Marine Army is moving across the map to the Protoss base, so he can actually go free into the SCV line right now, and that's exactly what he's going to do. These SCVs seeing this, though, and moving quickly, so he's not going to be able to do as much damage as he might have done, choosing to, instead go for some sort of supply depots, because there's nothing else really there. Now, meanwhile, the Marine Army, I can't really...
The Marine Army's been forced to retreat, actually.
Yeah.
He pulled it right off that, committing to that attack, and now these Immortals doing a shoot and scoot, getting out of that base after doing their own damage. No, they're still in there. They haven't got too many kills. They've got three kills between all of them, but they've been able to snipe these supply depots, which is supply capped KJH really, really severely. He's now down to 58 over 38, which just means that he's not going to be able to produce any more units, but we are seeing mass Tech Lab come online here. So with this many racks out, we are seeing a 6 racks build here, despite the fact he's supply capped. It's a really nice position. This War Prism is in serious danger here, though, dropping off the Immortals there. The War Prism almost went down and got a little bit unlucky with the positioning, still managing to pick up the Immortals, one of them very, very damaged. So this Marine ball by KJH able to counter the Marauder drop quite nicely, and we are seeing a little bit of damage to his own Tech Lab with a misclick there. Even at this level, you will see that go on, a little bit of miss micro occasionally. So yeah, but not too devastating there for KJH. He did defend nicely. I like the choice. He recognized how much danger he was in with those 2 Immortals in his base so quickly and pulled off his attack, as opposed to trying to go for some kind of base race. But Filthy is keeping up the pressure here. Meanwhile, he's got Thermal Lance and a Stargate on the way, so we're probably going to see Colossi supported by air units here from Filthy. Meanwhile, these Immortals going to work, once again doing a shoot and scoot, sniping another supply depot, and KJH isn't supply capped, but supply block, sorry, but he is supply capped. So now we're seeing these Immortals go to work on this reactor, and they're taking the reactor out, slowing that gas down even further. So much harassment going on here. KJH is just being really, really messed with by Filthy, and for not much investment. I think KJH has had enough, and we are seeing this Marine Marauder ball move out across the map. They can't get up there without a medevac. So this Marine Marauder ball moving out, but they don't have Consussi Shells and Stimpack just yet. We did see Thermal Lance cancelled, and then now it's being re-queued there. So obviously Filthy needed the resources, but now we're seeing mass Phoenixes coming out, as well as this Thermal Lance upgrade being chrono shifted. So we're going to see that online for the Colossi very soon. So we're going to see Colossi, Phoenix, Zealot, Stalker, Sentry. I should never be surprised by these compositions from Filthy. He's just so inventive and so open to strikes up. But we are seeing this Marine Marauder ball go to work on Filthy's expansion, and Filthy choosing to fall back, waiting for his Colossi. Now we're seeing this Colossi go to work on this Marine Marauder ball, and just able to attack with impunity from this cliff, picking up a bunch of kills there.